Donald Trump, who sounds more like a New Deal Democrat than he does like a Republican. I mean, think about it. Trade war with China, tariffs, closing the border, 15 weeks on abortion. He's courting Black voters. He's courting union voters. He got a historic $45,000 donation out of the Teamsters for the RNC. If you want to look for a consensus candidate, somebody who showed up, looked at where the electorate was, where 70% of Americans were at, if you just look at policy, Donald Trump is the consensus candidate that Joe Biden pretended he was going to be.
It's so true. And yet this is why they don't understand on the left why people aren't completely outraged over the latest comment of the day from Trump, the latest tweet or truth. So like, I don't get it. How can they vote for him? I've told the viewers that I met Barbara Streisand years ago. It was 2016. And I know her politics, but I love her talent and I love a lot of her movies. So I'm able to separate the two, unlike these lunatics on the left who want to condemn everybody for their politics. But she said to me, how did the coal miners vote for Donald Trump? I said, Barbara, Hillary promised to take away their jobs. She made it a pillar of her campaign to wipe out coal. But Barbara Streisand lives in a multi-million-dollar cliffside estate out in the Santa Barbara region. And her life is made forever. She's got more money than she could ever spend in her or her children's or grandchildren's lifetimes. They can't get themselves out of their bubble. Robert De Niro out there talking on the late night shows about how he would never play Donald Trump. He's so disgusting. There's nothing redeeming in him. How could people vote for him? Same. He's adorned with acting awards and red carpet ceremonies and visits to Cannes where everybody kisses his ring and all of his, Oscars and the Godfathers and everything surrounding him with all of his wonderful millions and George Clooney meetups. That's not how the people you met are living. They're worried about their paychecks, about their food, about their health care, and they don't give a damn about his tweets or all the allegedly horrible things De Niro sees in Donald Trump.
And it's so disgusting the way that they sneer at these people. Like, I want to tell you about a person that I met in Florida. Her name is Amy. She's in the book. She's gay. She's married to a woman. And her wife's mother is an evangelical Christian. And when I walked into the home where the mother was, when she saw my Jewish star, she flipped out. She had been waiting her whole life for a Jew to show up for her to proselytize to. And she was so excited to meet me and tell me about Jesus. And I was, totally happy to hear it. And on my way out, she handed me a Bible and she said, "This is my favorite Bible. I want you to have it." And we get in the car and Amy said to me, "I was worried that would happen. You can leave the Bible. You don't have to take it." And I said to her, "Are you kidding me? This is so precious to me." She's an evangelical Christian, one of the most religious people I've ever met in my life. She loves you. She loves her daughter. She would never occur to her to judge you guys. She supports you. They live in a home on her property. This is so precious. This is America. I mean, this Bible represents to me America. And Amy voted for Biden. Her wife voted for Trump because she felt that he couldn't be bought, and she really respected that about him. And Amy said to me at some point, I have to admit, Trump put money in my pocket. And the only reason that Amy votes for Democrats and not for Republicans is because she says she can't get a meeting with the Republican for her union. She's unionized. But Amy believes that parents who bring children to a drag show should be put in prison. She does not believe in transitioning. She thinks that illegal immigration is stealing jobs and lowering wages. She's opposed to the funding of the war in Ukraine. She's in every other way. She's very much aligned with where, that sort of 70% of Americans are at. This is America. This is the American working class.
Yes. I think I think about media and the fact that people like, Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid are so far removed from anyone who's actually living like that they can't even think about, they can't conceptualize it anymore. It's just so far gone for them. And I will say, I feel like one of the advantages I have as a journalist is I never got too far afield from that. My stepfather, my mom's husband, 30 years, plumber. My mom was a nurse at the Albany Veterans Association for her entire career. My sister was a teacher, who then got addicted to drugs and had a lot of problems that many of our working class friends have. It helps. It helps to stay connected to people who have those lives and are working hard to make sure they can eat dinner and pay the healthcare bills and have to watch, what's in the pot in the checking account every month, or the bill collectors are going to come. If you get too far afield from that, you wind up like Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow and Mika Brzezinski. You do. You live your life as Mika and Joe do in New Canaan, Connecticut, and you're surrounded only by the most fabulous. You don't flutter an eyelid at the $100,000 photo with the presidents or the $250,000 or $500,000 meeting with them. And you forget what's actually bothering people. You obsess over things like skin color, gender, climate, right? You obsess over it, and then you don't understand anybody who disagrees. It's sad. All right, wait, I want to tell the audience, you're not leaving, but just to remind the audience, because we need to support you. It's called Second Class: How the Elites Betrayed America's Working Men and Women. It reminds me of J.D. Vance's Hillbilly Elegy. It's kind of like that in its tone and who you're talking to. Second Class: How the Elites Betrayed America's Working Men and Women. Debt. You can go to bed thinking about it. You can wake up thinking about it too. Here's the truth. The system traps you in debt. High interest credit cards and loans make it nearly impossible to pay off your debt, and insane inflation keeps you stuck paycheck to paycheck. Done with Debt can be your lifeline. Done with Debt has an ingenious new strategy to help erase your debt faster and easier than you thought possible. Done with Debt analyzes all the debt options that you qualify for. They know how to reduce bills. They know how to cut interest rates. Their skilled staff of negotiators know how to get debt out of your life permanently, without bankruptcy and without a loan. Done with Debt has experts who can share with you strategies for eliminating debt. But you do need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive. Here's how easy they make it. Go to donewithdebt.com. 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 Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.